Today is September 21st. The Yankees take 3 out of 4 from the Orioles. They win 7 out of 10 on the road trip. They've got 2 more series at home to finish the season. Let's talk Yanks. Stat lines.
Get your Yankees news from these two fine dudes. It's time for Talkin' Yanks. Talkin' Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Talkin' Yanks with old John Boy and Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Yanks. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Jimmy. His name is Jake. Today's episode is brought to you by SeatGeek, where you can download their app. Over 28 million downloads. And SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. More than 70,000 events listed on SeatGeek, including concerts, sports, festivals, and more. So go get your tickets, and when you do, use code YANKS10 for 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. That's 10% off any tickets with promo code YANKS10. Jake, how are you?
James, Davis, SeatGeek, everyone tuning in, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. If you hear the little bit of rasp in my throat, it's from Ben Rice's homer. And we had 4 days in our warehouse this week, and our floorball tournament starts tonight. So make sure you go check out our Warehouse Games channel as me and John Boy's team baggage game 1. Make sure you go check out the Warehouse Games action.
Hockey, it's the best.
And I got one more thank you.
Okay.
To the Baltimore Orioles. Man, after the game Thursday night, the Max Fried game that we'll discuss coming up, along with awards and some other minutia along the way. After the Max Fried game, I was like, damn, are we just kind of going to drift the rest of the season? Like, are the Birds going to lay down? Are the White Sox going to lay down? And we're, the next week and a half of baseball isn't going to be so juicy. And we got some juice, man. Today was awesome. I have it as a top 7 win in the season, and we'll go through that later in the episode.
Whoa.
But it was a fun, it was like fake playoff baseball. It was almost like practicing situations. So thank you, Baltimore.
Thank you, Baltimore, for practicing situations. Yanks are really utilizing their bench a lot. I didn't like a lot of the bullpen moves. I'm glad they scored 5, but we'll get to that in game 4 recap. It was a 4-game set. So we got to get there. No grounds creeping at all.
Done.
But I said some of the numbers at the top of the show. They won their 6th or 7th consecutive road series. That's cool. 17-5 in their last 22 road games since August 6th. And I think the best road record in all of baseball.
Yeah, it's the September Yankees. It has become a part of the last couple years when we've been mad about the summer. September, they have had it figured out. So I don't know. I guess we just need to start mentally brainwashing the end of our summers, or maybe it's the Yankees doing us a favor. Maybe we could start scheduling more summer things. But yeah, man, they've been playing a really good brand of baseball. The starting pitching numbers are incredible. I think Uncle Joe Girardi went back 43 games, and they're the best starting pitching in baseball. So there's a lot to like, man. And yeah, the bench utilization, it's fun, it's strategic, and I can't remember the last time we've had an exciting bench.
Never. They've never had the bench they have now. Not since, I don't know, long time. Like it genuinely, I might be wrong here, but in 2009, it was rookies, right? They had a bench. Ramiro Pena, he didn't play a lot. You might have to go to the late 90s. Like when you have kind of veteran guys that have strategic platoon roles.
Strategic. I think, '09 is one of the most stacked teams ever. So you didn't need a ton of strategic moves for that infield outfield combo. Um, And then you go back to the '90s teams, and they were more so, again, still stacked, but also the veterans we've talked about for a while. Like, get us bench veterans that potentially could step into a role for a day. These are more strategic. We've got lefty righty. Dominguez is kind of the flair play. And then, like, Caballero Volpe has turned into fun, which I will put that under winning cures everything.
It is fun, though.
It is fun, though.
They are 12-7 in September right now, which is I don't know, like a 630 winning percentage or something like that.
And I mean, you got the White Sox coming up and then the Orioles again. That
631. Look at me.
an amazing road trip.
Last year they went 15-11 in September for 577 winning percentage. So wild. They're 2 games back behind the Blue Jays, but it's really 3 games because the Blue Jays have the tiebreaker. They are 3 up in the wild card, 3.5 games up in the wild card. Right now, Boston is behind them. Boston and Toronto play each other, and I'm kind of happy. I need it to be a sweep one way or the other.
Right.
I don't want them to split. Like, get Boston and Crochet or out of my wild card game. I don't want to deal with that.
Right.
Or Boston sweep Toronto and get us to the division. I'd like that. But if these guys go 2-1 or split the first 2, I don't know. I just one of you beat the other up, please.
Yeah. Me. I echo the sentiment. I do think even just knowing that one of those teams will lose, it's just going to help us mentally prepare, whether it is going to be a 3-game wild card at the stadium or if the division's back in play, which I'm mentally trying. I don't believe in it because the math doesn't believe. But as we've seen around the league right now, baseball's math does not matter.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the third. It wouldn't be the top 2 craziest thing,
right?
As far as the ebbs and flows go. I have some overarching notes here
Awesome.
that don't belong in a single game or an award, but the Yankees have an MLB leading 263 home runs this season.
Yep.
31 more than the Dodgers, who are in second place. 3rd most in franchise history, 9th most in MLB history. So the franchise is pretty high on that list. And they clinched their 33rd consecutive winning season. Yippity dippity doo-dah. 2nd longest streak in the 4 major sports. Whatever. Even in good times, I can't get myself to acknowledge that.
I know. It's not a debate. It's a nice to have.
It's a nice to have.
If you're house shopping, it's a nice to have. It's not a need.
Yeah. All right. Let's get right into it then. Burns, game 1.
Why don't we get into it then?
Road trip.
And there's one more road trip in the season. And it's 4 more games in Baltimore as the Yankees would take on Cade Maury-Povich just to find out that Max Fried is in fact their father. 7 innings pitched, 13 strikeouts, 0 runs. Maximus. What other gladiators would help Max on offense? Ahmed Rosario, the first ever Yankee to never get out. 2 RBI double in the first. Wells and Goldie each drive in a run. And how about a couple tall boys to end the night? Judge and Stanton add the insurance runs. It's Fried to Jimmy's Paul Blackburn. Yanks win 7-0 final.
The Yankees scored first in this game. Their 60th time doing so this season, which is the most in Major League Baseball. They are 41-19 when they score first. Seems cool. Seems important. And I don't know if Rosario did enough to get talked about later on in this series. I really don't think so. So I hope I'm not stepping on anything. But after he got that hit, I tweeted, it's like not a great tweet, but it just like, he's like playing a fairy tale role. It's like, so this guy just comes, just plays, gets hits versus lefties, and then sits. And like, we're not really going to remember him, but you're going to be like, oh my God, remember when Rosario just got a hit every time he was at the plate?
It's, if things do start going really well in Yankees October, which we haven't daydreamed for a while, yeah, man. I mean, to be the to be the top step of the dugout guy that actually contributes in his role seemingly every time. Yeah, and I think what he's been for the ball club in general, a vibes guy, a vibes guy. Yeah, yeah, it is crazy that I don't know. It's funny looking back at the box score of this game and being like, wait, it was 2-0 into the fifth. But with that Rosario, two out RBI double in that first, and then the way Max Fried was pitching, it just felt like it was over.
Max Fried dominated. I hope there's more on him later. I don't
Yeah,
know.
there has to be.
There's 4 games.
We can't have more on Rosario later without having more on Fried later.
Goldie got a big RBI versus a righty, which was nice in this game.
Mm-hmm.
That hasn't happened. His stats are good on the month now. Caballero got caught stealing again.
He almost got caught twice in this game, right?
No, it was the pickoff caught stealing. The score, they mark it as both, right?
No, there was a play later in the game that he almost got caught on, but
almost.
He's my guys is nothing but aggressive out there.
He's a pest.
He's a pest.
Stan's numbers in Baltimore are crazy. Boone said, when you're running a lot and you're stealing a lot of bases, there's some risk that goes with that. So there's going to be some outs along the way, but net. Used to love saying net.
He said net.
Yeah, Boone said,
Boone's out. Boone's out.
Boone said, that's
He's just taking all my stuff.
But net, when you add it all up, it's been a huge positive. I agree with him.
Brad stealing my pretending everyone's siblings joke, and now this is nonsense.
It's nonsense. Is
Boone
that your
looked
joke?
at me like a fool when I asked about being effectively wild, and then he used it in the presser that night.
Yep. Well, sometimes you gotta give a hat tip.
Okay.
They won. It was nice to win because it was a game where they got in at 4 a.m. and they were 0-4 in those games, those rough games this season. So then they finally won it. So it kind of felt like, oh, house money. I thought they were going to lose this one. Fried dominated. I think they scored 7 runs without a home run. No home runs in game 1, right? I think that's the second most amount of runs they've scored in a game without homering.
No homers and a couple double play balls, but yeah, man, I don't know. There hasn't been a ton of 4-game sets this year, and it was just weird that like I had to remind myself as just a general baseball person that like winning or losing game 1 changes the rest of the weekend so much. Like if you win game 1 of the 4-game set, you basically have to win 1 out of 3 to walk away with a shrug. If you lose it, it feels like you're scrapping the whole weekend for anything. So what Max Fried did, I think it gets discussed later.
I'm trying to see that they had their first 4-game set was against the Angels, and they lost 3 out of 4. They lost the first 3. They used to have so many more 4 and 2-game sets, and it sucked. It's nice now they don't have that many. Then they had a 4-game set against Boston, and they lost the first 3, but won the 4th.
And then Toronto swept them in 4, right?
They had a 4-game set against the White Sox. They won 3, lost the last one. Toronto. Did I miss that one? Might have missed that one. Yeah, because it went across months. Toronto swept them. So they've been pretty bad in 4-game sets against anyone besides the White Sox.
Look at that.
Not that the Orioles are really great. But they have some good stuff. Speaking of game 2, guy who started game 2,
Yeah.
he's good.
Young William Warren and the fellas would head back to Camden Yards, but it was not a beautiful day in the neighborhood as Mr. Rogers was nasty. He held the Yankees scoreless through 6. Warren was good, but gets done in by his own defense, literally. No glove, no love for Jazz, but the stick played 30-30 for Chisholm, but there was not enough fortitude tonight as the Yanks lose 4-2 final.
Me and Beebs kind of talked about this game the next day. I wasn't like down on it. It stunk. I think it's because it felt like game 1. I expected them to lose because of all the travel stuff I've now accepted, and then they won. And that's what like kind of Beebs and I were saying, like, yeah, expect them to lose game 1. So whatever. What you're saying, you win the first game of a 4-game set, the loss doesn't sting. And then I saw what Trevor Rogers has been doing lately, and I'm like, oh, okay. So that got by a guy who's having a great year. He has a streak of 15 consecutive starts allowing 2 runs or fewer. Longest streak in MLB this season.
It's insane. I mean, I know we've had our own qualms with where WAR is at in baseball, but it accumulates stats that where he's at among the starting pitchers, which you're compare WAR against the other people at your position. He's up with like the Cy Young, like everyone who's going to finish top 3 in the Cy Young. It's them and Trevor Rogers. So that's where I thank the fine people of Baltimore, because this was also playoff energy. Like there's playoff games where you run into one of the best starting pitchers in baseball. You need to get them out of there. And they 106 pitches through 6 innings. I mean, that is what it is against someone who's throwing like that. I mean, it was, what is it? It was a 1-0 game. And then that 6th inning happens. That's tough. And Will Warren's quote and interview after the game was very funny, by not being funny. But, you know, we got to do Fanatics Fest with Will Warren and getting a taste of his personality, saying, I think it's the worst play I've ever made, in just like a subtle Southern jab at himself way. That was scary and unexciting. But again, this was like playoff test part 1. You're getting grinded down by a really good starting pitcher. You're behind. That obviously it sucks that they lost. But Jazz homering, kind of bouncing back from his miscue. I don't love the result, but I kind of liked the battle.
Beebs, can you play all the defensive or all the outfield plays the O's made in that one inning or that one stretch? Because that was kind of crazy. I put them in one video, but it was 3. I think who got Volpe got on one.
Belly got
Judged or Goldie.
Goldie got.
Oh, these are the good plays the Yankees made throughout the series. That McMahon play in game 1, we didn't talk about that, but I feel like no one talked about that. This is a nice play by Volpe.
McMahon just makes. You heard it in Kay's voice on the broadcast, which made me feel better. That the routine stuff that Ryan McMahon makes look easy is insane.
Yeah. But Beebs, I meant the other video.
Yeah, that one was. I think we might have switched labels. It should be this one then. Nope, that's the same video. Both are labeled O's outfield.
My bad then.
I'll look through them.
They made 3 diving catches. Running, diving. So like the Yanks hit the ball
catches.
hard.
Highlight catches.
Highlight catches, are you saying? Yeah, they hit the ball hard. It was just some of those fall. It doesn't look as bad as it looked.
That's
the error was bad.
This game had playoff practice energy. Like they were making great plays. The starting pitcher was great.
Jazz's play after Warren's was, I have more problem with that than Will Warren's. Will Warren's is a bizarre brain fart of a play. Jazz trying to glove flip that is like not the time or need. And I think in game 3 or 4, he makes a close play where he goes to his hand and throws it to first really fast. That is just like, and Boone kind of said it too. Like once you don't do it. I think Boone's quote was like, once you like don't get it out of your glove, don't flip it.
Yeah, and you don't flip it like that. Like if anything, you could do the shovel pass where you're almost trying to like roll it, like going for the backhanded flip like that. It wasn't gonna work, and it didn't.
It did not. 30-30 for Jazz. That's crazy.
That is crazy. There's the Will Warren ball that goes through his legs. It did have some funk on it, but I mean, pitchers fielding. I haven't done this much this year. I don't know. I've decided I'm gonna change my stance a little bit. There's so many position players that aren't good at fielding, and maybe that's what's throwing me off. That like, I don't know, pitchers don't practice fielding. Their job is really hard. That they practice pitching. That if there's position players who aren't good fielders that are out there, I'm gonna a little less easy. Or a little less hard on pitchers, excuse me.
You know what I didn't like about this game?
Please.
Or I was surprised about?
Sharky.
Jazz homers to make it 3-2. And then they brought Tim Hill into the game. And I honestly, this is maybe just something in my brain. Like, I was like, what? Like, we never had a formal conversation about it, but he's not doing this anymore for us. So maybe we have to have the formal conversation, but then he comes in to game 4 and gets the job done. But at that point, I was genuinely like, I think I texted you guys like, wait, Tim Hill's coming into this? We just got the momentum back. And Katie Sharp tweeted, he now has 15 meltdowns this season, which is a stat Fangraphs uses when a pitcher's outing reduces his team's chance of winning by at least 6%.
Yeah, the Tim Hill situation's interesting because the stats on the year look like Tim Hill's had a fantastic year. But yeah, he definitely doesn't feel that way right now. I hope that changes over the next week/month because we know with relievers it can. The thing that's freaking me out is like people are hitting the ball in the air, which last year they never did that. It was like 78% last year. And now, I don't know, there was a line drive or fly ball to left today. We've seen home runs hit off of them the Tim Hill, I mean, we're probably going to have to buckle up for Tim Hill the way we kind of thought we were going to have to buckle up for Devin.
Yeah, I hope there's not enough time, but yes.
And I mean, he did get used a ton this year, so hopefully once we start going in rest mode, that can help.
Yeah, and he breezed through an inning in a close game 4. So I guess, I don't know. I don't know what to make of it, but I was surprised that he was in. Anyway, game 3 is more fun.
Game 3 is brought to you by Shady Rays. You guys know our friends from Shady Rays. They make quality shades built to last. I'm not talking actual shades or blinds. I'm talking about sunglasses. Because the sun's still out, people. What is it? It's almost 6 p.m. and the sun's still out. You need sunglasses. Shady Rays is where you got to go. And they have one of their best. They have 2 things I like. They have so many things I like. They're lost or broken replacements. If you don't love your shades, exchange for a new pair or return worry-free within 30 days. And the deal they have for you at shadyrays.com, use code YANKS. 35% off your next pair of polarized sunglasses. That's code YANKS at Shady Rays. Go get yours now. It's Los after a Yanks loss as Rodon takes on Sagano for the O's. Speaking of O's, Giancarlo, let the rhythm take you over, Giancarlo. Te quiero, 3-run homers, 450 of his career of the Adonis of a man. in the third, here comes the judge. Number 49 for Aaron. Yanks would stretch it out to 6-0 in the sixth, which that means Rodon was fantastic. 7 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 8 Ks, and it's time to dreamweave them and put them to bed. Nah, Yanks win 6-1 final.
This was a nice game. I don't know if there's much to. Is there any complaints from this game? That's what I should ask.
Interesting.
Like, it's the formula, right? Pitching wise, absolute formula.
Yes. Dream playoff formula. Stanton with a crazy Stantonian homer in the first, just playing
first inning 3-run homer.
Just playing a completely different sport.
If you watch that swing, we got Ice, Jack, and Zoe. I think they did a video one time where they would see the swing and then guess where the ball went. Stan's got to be the hardest player to do that with. If you saw that swing, I think you'd think like double off the wall, but low. And then you see it cleared the big wall.
I mean, you saw it. It confused the cameraman who was watching it in person. There's literally no one has hit a baseball like he hits baseballs.
Boone had some good quotes on it. Do you have those sound bites, Beebs? From Stan?
Boone.
He has so much respect from all of us. Just who he is, the way he goes about things in his unique way. He's just an awesome person, awesome teammate, and, still going in what's a Hall of Fame career. And I'm just really excited. It's a big number, 450. It's a big number. And it came in a big 3-run shot in the first. So feel like he's got a lot left, a lot more to go. But really excited for him today. Dangerous. This man is dangerous.
Boone was giddy about that one. He goes on to say in that soundbite, he's just like, he's weird. He's done that before, describing his swing. Just weird. No one else does it the way he does it.
450 really is a crazy number. When you think about it, there's so many guys that have amazing careers that if you look at their baseball reference, you're like, oh, wow, he had 170 career homers. 450 is a ton. And yeah, I'm a little mad at Trevor, Plouffe, and Chris Rose, who on a Baseball Today episode earlier this year were like, yeah, I don't think he's a Hall of Famer. And it's like, what are you guys talking about?
I'm torn on it.
MVP, he probably gets the 500. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I guess so. He hasn't felt like all the other guys you think are Hall of Famers the last couple of years because of injuries, not being around like in the postseason he does. But this is the first year since like 2018 where it's felt like, holy shit, during the regular season. I feel like.
We've missed, more than half of his career.
Yeah. I didn't watch him on the Marlins, but back then it felt like he was for sure.
Right.
This video I am realizing now, Beebs, I messed up too. I saw my mistake. But Bednar had a 6-pitch 9th inning in this game, Jake.
The first base line,
He's awesome.
That's better than an immaculate inning. And all 6 pitches were strikes.
I agree.
Although one of them, I think he got a call from the blue. I just sent you the actual video, Beebs, if you want to show it, in case people didn't see it. Because I rewatched it, and I was like, I didn't put it together in live time. And I went back, I was like, wait, what? He threw 6 strikes? He was putting up 40-pitch innings when he first came over. He's had some of the most efficient innings lately.
Yeah. He came over during the Yankees grind time, and he was grinding himself. And now that we're cruising, he's cruising.
The other thing, it's in the other video, and we talked about McMahon, but that play McMahon makes in the first inning, both base runners the first 2 base runners Rodon let on are plays that he didn't really make. Like one, he kind of just lost the foot race to first. There was a ball Goldie dove at in the first inning, tried to flip to him, didn't get. And then the next one, he fielded it, tried to chase him down tag, couldn't. But that That's a nice play by Wellesley. This play right here, it's a runner on second because Holiday got there and stole. Man, other third basemen don't make that. Some that have played for the Yankees in the past don't even attempt it. And you're looking at first and third, 2 outs in the first, and just more stressful pitches for Rodon. He makes that play. He throws it on the run. It feels like, okay, nice play. But what we've had at third the last couple of years, that play is kind of really helps the inning and the outing out.
Yeah, I think it's, the guy that I think in Talkin Yanks history, TYH, the third baseman that we enjoyed the most offensively was Gio Urshela. And we talked a lot about how the eye test felt better than some of the numbers. And Gio, like myself, October 11th, were soccer goalies. That Gio's highlights were the impressive reaction, like, wow, Gio got to that, and he had the arm to make the throw. Like that play, I don't know if Gio makes, and we would probably have a Talkin Yanks discussion like, yeah, Gio's pretty good. He couldn't get that when the runner's in his way, and that's a tough play. I don't know if you make that play. McMahon, we're seeing another level, and I'm glad people are seeing it, and I'm glad I'm seeing it because I love good third base play. And he even busted out his signature no look today. Like the guy is, I know he ain't hitting. Take some walks, run into a couple, and you've got a beautiful ball player. And most importantly, you have a ball player that fits this team.
Yeah, Caballero made a play at third, though, and he's been hitting. So I do wonder how much McMahon is going to become if that with Volpe and him going. Like, there's options. And one thing, Boone and them have been using the options given to them, which I think is smart. But
yeah, you can play the matchup. I just think it's, how many of our postseason starts are going to be Fried and Rodon, and it's rude to them to not have Ryan McMahon out there. So
I agree.
If it's Schlittler and you're facing a tough lefty, like, okay, but I don't know if that'll happen the whole postseason.
Yeah, and if he's not starting, he's got to be in there for defense the last 3 innings of any close game.
And then, at that point, are you being rude to Cam Schlittler? I don't know.
Yeah. After this game by Rodon, the Yankees have 2 pitchers with 17-plus wins for the first time since 2010.
Pretty wild.
And since the last 26 starts for the Yankees, they've allowed 2 earned runs or fewer in 21 of them. So the starting pitching's been very good lately.
The starting pitching on the whole has been really good. It's, I think a lot of Yankee fans won't take offense of this. Hey, postseason's going to be the postseason, and that's going to be sick, and let's win the whole thing. We've had some casual Talkin Yanks off-season conversations, and they end up being fun and exciting because it's like, wait, how many real starting pitchers might we have next year? And obviously the Trent Belly debate that we've discussed a decent amount, but yeah, that's fun. Let's not get there. Let's do game 4.
Another fun stat. Judge and Stanton homered in the same game for the 57th time. They passed Yogi Berra and Mickey Mantle. Take that.
Pretty good.
They're the second most teammate home runs. Is the first Babe and Lou?
It's a really good guess.
Feels like the best guess.
And Judge hit his 49th homer, and he turned on it. Always eye-opening when you see him like just absolutely turn on a ball like that. Game 4 is the next one.
Oh, Sagano. And yeah, I know Baltimore, I've given you a lot of niceties. The all orange just has to go.
Oh, the pajamas? Yeah, not good.
We can't do that.
No, not good at all.
We've evolved.
It's just not a good time.
All right.
I agree with you.
It's Cam in Camden. Stole that from Yankee social media. And look who's back for the Birds, as it's Kyle just being a little bratish on getaway day in Baltimore. Scoreless into the 5th, Basayo, as Sammy goes big fly. That was the only blemish. 5.1, 1 earned run, 6 Ks. But in the 6th, I got to tell you what, man, Ricey's got me feeling nicey. as Benny Nice hits an RBI single. It's tied at ones. It would stay that way until the 10th. Buenos Cantos, where it's time to go home happy. Big Ben clocks one. A 4-run home run. Jazz scats one out after a 6-run 10th as the Yanks go Schlittler to Hill to Cruz to Weaver to Bednar to Doval. Yanks win 7-1 final.
Have you used Jazz Scats one before?
I think earlier this year, I think I might have used it once. I could check the email. So does that mean I have to type in Jazz Scats into my email search?
You can just do scat.
Just Scats. Probably, lesser of the two.
Let's see.
Try with 2 T's as well. You never know how you spelled it.
Red Sox, Yanks, August 22nd. Jazz scats an RBI single.
Nice. Music.
Music.
Beebs, I have a question.
Okay.
It's just kind of an aside. Doesn't fall into the flow of the show, so I apologize. Are we talking with Boone? Do we know if we're talking to Boone Tuesday?
I was planning to discuss that with you guys after. We don't know for sure yet.
Okay, because I'm so interested in the rotation right now. I was just checking to see if he said anything post game. So maybe if we can see that, because by my estimate, Rodon has to pitch the last game in Chicago and use the off day Monday, but we'll see.
And it was an interesting convo on the broadcast of, if the Yanks have a chance to win the division, do you pitch Fried on that final day? I don't know.
Nah.
I don't know. We'll see Jimmy in a second. What did I like from this game? People are asking me all the time. I liked Ben Rice's grand slam. Oh, Jim.
Sorry, I had a child crying for me upstairs. Lost
Which
in his
one?
own house. James. Just, Daddy. Probably thinks I disappeared.
Tell him to drop some marbles down a slide hole.
Dude, if you see that marble race thing I built, that thing is infuriating. Touch it one way and the whole thing breaks.
Oh, that stinks.
Fragile.
Yeah, it's not fun. I get very stressed out.
Okay.
But I did. I made an awesome one. You want to go to my Instagram, I think. I don't know, that's where you saw, right? Schlittler comes out early, and I didn't like the bullpen decisions in this game.
Talk about it.
And people think that the decision to bring Nestor in the World Series was the mistake. And no, the mistake, and even Boone has admitted this, was he burnt his good guys way too quick.
Yeah.
And in this game, they didn't have the lead. If you have a lead, I can understand it. They were down or tied. Tim Hill threw 8 pitches. Now, I'm not asking for more Tim Hill. He gets the job done. Cruz didn't have it, so that stinks. Threw 15. Weaver looked really good. Sans 2 pitches in the first walk, and then he got an out. But Weaver threw 11 pitches. But, I mean, you just burnt 3 guys so quick. And now it's a tie game, and you got Devin and Bednar, but it's a tie game. The only guys they had in the end were Doval and Leiter. So when it went in extras, I was like, hey, they need to score so many runs, because Doval and Leiter in those situations, I mean, Leiter's gotten it the last couple, but Doval's been a mess. It was almost a mess. Thank God they scored so many runs. Otherwise, that gets way different. But, yeah, in this game, there's an off day tomorrow. None of the bullpen was taxed. I didn't think he needed to just breeze through guys as quickly as he did. We never know the full story. I have no idea. Weaver could have been hurt, and Cruz didn't have it. He hasn't had it in a while. It's like very scary for me at this point. But yeah, he left us in a bad spot going to Doval. Thank God Ben Rice hit a grand slam.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, okay, diagnosing the thought process. The Yankees are going to the postseason that, Jim, you've been one of the number one advocates on up downs, that maybe the thought process was like, we don't want to do an up down. That's why Weaver comes in, firemans that situation. They get out of it. Devin goes one, Bednar goes one. So maybe they're starting to acknowledge that a little more. because as excited as we are getting ourselves for the division's going to be hard. Toronto has to mess up, and we have to essentially run the table. It could happen with the schedule we have, and we just talked about the Red Sox-Toronto thing, but I do think the Yankees have to take just a little bit. I think the Yankees are trying to be tastefully responsible, that like there's a world that Luke Weaver doing an up down in this game is irresponsible.
Yeah. Yeah. I understand, like, in a silo, everything.
Right.
But in reality, thank God Ben Rice hit the 4-run homer. Otherwise, I think this would be a louder combo.
Yes. And I guess the other thing that I have in the back of my head is practice playoffs, that we know how the Yankees are going to treat. The Yankees don't believe extra innings exist. We currently don't have a good taste in our mouth with Camilo Doval. I think it's 5 straight clean sheets now. I know today didn't feel clean. You know, in a vacuum, Camilo Doval as your emergency 10th inning guy is a nice place to be. We haven't seen that. But yeah, I get it. And yeah, I think if this is a game that matters more, I don't think it goes down like this.
All right. Should we move on to second half of the show?
Let's go on to the second half of the show, where we will do Pride of the Yankees. Pride of the Yankees is brought to you by DraftKings. Use code JMBaseball when you sign up with the DraftKings Sportsbook.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Yeah.
You get to go first.
Why? Because it's Sunday?
Sunday. I think I know who you're going to go with.
You're probably right. Ryan McMahon. No, Max Fried, people. Max Fried's start on Thursday night. I keep getting the days of the week confused. I didn't have it all last week. 7 innings, 3 hits, 1 walk, 13 Ks, most strikeouts by a Yankee pitcher this season. 87 pitches for 13 strikeouts is really hard to do, and that's what Max Fried did. It feels like he's peaking right now. Max Fried's postseason success isn't exactly what you or he would like it to look like on his baseball card. And like you've diagnosed where Max Fried struggled this summer, it felt like there was a correlation to what the Yankees were doing in their infield and what he was using his pitches with. That it's one of the best starts of this baseball season. Most strikeouts since Luis Gil last year, 14 Ks. That a dominant start from Fried, and how quickly he has turned the page. I kind of gave my version of the Aaron Rodgers relax speech when Fried was struggling. Like, he had a 7 ERA through 6 starts, and he has bounced back amazing. And what a first season as a Yankee.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Exact opposite of Rodon's first season. He's got a 1.60 ERA over his last 6 starts now, and he's 11-3 on the road, and he's a career 50 wins, 23 losses on the road. So he's a road dog. Didn't even know it. Only the 3rd Yankees left-hander in 37 years to record 13 plus strikeouts. The only other are Sabathia and Wells. Kind of shocked me.
Yeah. Since when? What was the date on that?
37 years.
Okay. Was that take out my guy Gator Gittery?
Yeah. Lefty, maybe as well.
He
used his changeup a lot. So did Rodon.
Yeah.
So I was starting to think maybe the Orioles are just a changeup terrible team. But in his post game, he did have a really good soundbite. We haven't, since Cole's not around this year, we haven't been putting a lot of new sound bites on the soundboard. Beebs, I don't know if you have this one, but he opened up his interview with this.
Feeling good. Feeling really good.
And it was just so deadpan. So it doesn't sound like a guy that's feeling good, but he is feeling good. He said feeling
good.
Then,
feeling really good.
He goes, physically feeling good, feeling really good. So I liked that he's feeling good a lot.
he might be subconsciously messing with my facial hair again. I don't know. But I like what he's doing. And dude, Cole sidebar. Pitching coach Cole just being so present these days is cracking me up.
He was so upset with Will Warren's misplay. He was top
Yeah.
step. He was like top step disappointed dad.
Yeah. He looks like you coaching Dan Rourke in the Captains League we did.
Yeah, but I've never been disappointed. I'm just kind of always proud.
Always proud.
I am going to go a route that I don't think people would guess.
Okay.
For pride. Because there's lots of options. If I was just to like throw some out there, Rodon, Benny Rice.
Yeah. Ooh,
But-
no Ben Rice would be tough.
Well, I'm not going Ben Rice.
I know. I'm just saying.
He did win game 4. But as far as proud goes, I'm going Anthony Volpe.
Okay. Thought you might.
I mean, he's well rested. He came back against the Twins and had a nice day at the office with some nice hits. The hips, I gave him the Shakira Award. He did more this series and looked different. I think I subscribe to my theory of this kid should get rest. I wish we could redo the last 3 years, giving him days off and not grinding him down like crazy, because he is like a young, spry, spirited kid playing the game right now. Beebs, I don't know if the video of him creating a run in game 1, I don't know if I messed that up. I don't think I did.
I think this is good.
But in game 1, I mean, this is a hustle double. The ball is never behind the outfielder. If they turn the other way at second, he might be out, but he's not. And it's a nice swing. He stays behind the ball. He gets to second on the hustle double. Right after that, he takes off for third. He's been stealing. He had 2 stolen bases this series. Takes off for third base, gets himself. I am like in love with stealing third base. I've never, as a baseball fan, seen it as valuable as I have been these last couple of days. And then is able to score on Wells. He created a run with his legs. That should not have been a double. No one should be able to steal third first pitch, and then you score on that ground ball that Wells hits. And then he
BBD,
had
Can you go back to the swing, BBD, from that double? Because it's, maybe the thing we've harped on the most, and Bellinger has opened up our eyes this year. This isn't a home run swing.
No.
That's not a home run swing. And
I
that's
don't know
baseball.
I don't know if you pulled any more of his swings, Beebs, from these games, but the one today wasn't a home run swing either, and it wasn't a fly ball swing. I would actually, I should have looked this up. I'm interested to see his line drive to fly ball since coming back, because he's just kind of, it feels like, been spraying the ball hard,
and
running hard, stealing. And he made that nice double play that was part of the montage earlier. It's not pretty. Like, it's still like he goes to his knees and then like barrel rolls, and it looks flashy, but when you actually watch it, you're like, whoa, that's like not smooth. But it's a really nice play. Gets the job done.
Yeah, it's Captain America vibes. It's like do anything I have to get the job done. But yeah, man, and I think there's something to the rest, as you've talked about. I mean, it's a physical, grindy sport, and Volpe's body is coming along. Here we go. And I think the other thing is, and you hear this with baseball players that have a tough season, is that I think with the Caballero situation happening, I think it's kind of that, hey, your season's not going to be good. Like, I think the Yankees toxic positivity that we've talked about a little bit, I think even up until August, it's like, yo, AV, you get another hot streak. You might hit 30 homers this year, dog. And I think with the final cortisone shot, rest week, I think it's like, hey, dude, it wasn't a good season. And that's okay, because you can still contribute on this team. I think he inverted the stance a little more, which that was the original chicken parm discussion with him and Austin Wells. And I think that keeps his shoulder in and keeps his body in. So, yeah, go Volpe, go Volpe, go.
Yes. His numbers, I don't know if I gave his numbers on the series. And he came in for defense when they pinch hit Stanton for McMahon, and then pinch ran Volpe for Stanton. That was the move, right? And
Yeah,
then Caballero went to third and Volpe went to second, which is nice. It's what you're saying. It's like, okay, this is a move we can make. These are a way we can move our chess pieces around.
Well, that's what I was interested if they were going to pinch hit Volpe for Caballero as like a Yankees Volpe hits lefties, hype him up thing. That it was fun watching that inning play out, how they were going to deploy the bench.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been pretty cool to watch. So that's my pride.
It's a good one.
And you know what? I genuinely feel happy for myself because obviously I've been so critical and so on this all year, last couple of years of just like, dude, what are we doing? How can we doing
Right.
this? I am being honest. When I've been watching him play, I'm excited. Like there's no cynical bit of me being like, it's almost annoying because I see people seeing him get starts in the lineup and being like, why are you doing this? And I'm kind of like, no, he's playing good right now. Like, this is good. Like, I'm not trying to say like he shouldn't be around. There was a time when he shouldn't, but no, like him and Caballero should be splitting reps. He should not get every game the rest of the way. Like I don't think he should. I think they should pick and choose their spots, but I'm not upset with them playing him in these games after giving him the time off.
Our biggest qualms with the Yankees were playing him too much, not providing him with competition. Like iron sharpens iron, like whatever corny phrase you want to use. They just told him like you're the guy and roll it.
Yeah.
So that's not on him. And sneaky. If wherever you are at as a Yankee fan, like Volpe had the fourth most at bats in this series. Like Volpe is very much in play.
Yep. Hopefully it lasts. So now we go to
MFer.
You Yankee
MF.
motherfucker.
Oh no.
I mean, they won 3 games.
They did lose one game.
They did. They did. My Yankee MFer. Who do I just wanna? Do I go? God, this is a tough one, but that's a good sign. I don't know. This might be unpopular. I'm gonna go Austin Slater.
I don't
I'm
know.
gonna go Austin Slater. Jim, a couple things here. He gets the start in the game the Yankees lose. He's batting 6th. So Austin Slater, and again, this is a weird one. I admit that, and I have no malice towards Austin Slater. But between his injury and lack of playing time to be had, we just got a weird relationship with this cat where unfortunately he's got the reverse Rosario going that every now and then Slater pops up and you're like, oh yeah. And he hasn't been fully contributing. So tough one. And he scared Doval today with the snow cone catch.
Okay. That's fair. I don't know. I don't know if I've thought about him enough for me to think of him in that light. But okay.
We're seeing the Yankees mess with lineups. Like, could Austin Slater bat 6th in a playoff game against a lefty? I mean, that's scary, right?
Yeah, I say no in my head, but then I know, Ford got pinch hit and made the roster. So like,
Right?
Squid got the start in the. So yes,
Like
hopefully the Yankees have changed.
I guess that's just, again, an MFer can be welcoming, but like if we play Tarek Skubal in a season on the line type game, Austin Slater has a good chance to be in the lineup, which is just interesting.
Birdie got the start at first base. Looked great. Played hockey his whole life.
Yeah, it's from playing hockey his whole
Oh my
life.
God, that was one of my favorite moments on the live streams last year when they kept talking about how Birdie was so good at first base because of his goalie, and then we said, "Don't you think maybe his baseball skills,
The pro baseball
baseball players helping him?"
It's gotta help. Gotta help.
Okay, my MFer is going to Fernando Cruz.
Okay.
I mean, he had one good outing. But even like Girardi was on the broadcast today, just being like, what's he doing? Where's the splitter? The splitter hasn't been splitting lately. He has me like very worried. I need to see that thing, Jake, and the days are running out of being able to see it.
He threw a couple good ones today.
As much as I love him being fired up when other guys clean up his mess, I'd like him to stop leaving messes.
Yeah, I mean, I tweeted out the Fernando Cruz Joe's McFly live stream in 2030 is going to be lit. Like, I cannot wait to watch that. Yeah, Girardi was talking a lot about it on the broadcast because he wasn't throwing it, and that was weird. He then started to throw it, and he threw a couple that had that big drop that we're familiar with. It's interesting to see how they're going to use them. To Colton Cowser, he threw a few good ones. It's just really interesting because when you talk about playoff roles or matchups, like Sharky's kind of 2 outs in the inning, runner on first and second, so you give him the one walk, but like he kind of doesn't get a full inning. Like it's just like, holy crap, we need a strikeout, throw that good pitch.
Yeah.
Which at least that pitch is really good.
I liked when he was going like 1.1, 1.2 and breezing through them.
Right.
So, it's not the most MFer of all time, but if you look at, they won 3 out of 4 and, everyone kind of contributed in different ways. My decision here is more so I'm still worried about him.
Where are you at with Girardi's war on cutters?
I'm all for it. I agree with him. It's sweepers and cutters kind of became fad pitches where I've talked about it with the sweeper a lot. Like every pitcher just thought, I'll throw this. And it's like, well, no, you have to have one of the best.
Right.
For that to be a workable pitch. If you could have a B- curveball and it can be an effective pitch. Carlos Rodon probably has a C+ curveball, but it's an effective tertiary pitch for him. If you're trying to use a cutter as like your third or fourth pitch and it's a C+ B-, you're just going to get lit up. So it's got to be like Pettit, Mo, Clark. It's got to become one of your A pitches, in my opinion. And that's kind of what Girardi's saying. Like, it's not a pitch that you could just throw out there to fool a guy. Right. You'll get hammered.
Yeah, it's Max Fried's most thrown pitch. So if you've got that, that's good. Clark's interesting because he had to grind with it for a while.
Yeah, he had to really develop it.
Yeah, it all goes in the blender with pitching. Rodon gets to have B-, C+ other stuff because he's got one of the best fastballs in the game. It was funny watching him and Kay do that on the broadcast.
So that's my MFer.
Good MFer.
Thank you.
Thank you. Should we do like regular old awards?
Regular old awards.
Regular old awards. Regular old awards are brought to us by Square. Unfortunately, I requested access, Beeb, and I can't get to the Square read, so I might need some help.
Oh.
Google Docs said, no way, Jose.
You're too hip to be Square.
Go get a Square. Start a business.
You like the Yanks? Try Square. Maybe that's what it says.
This episode is brought to you by Square. Sports are something that help bring neighborhoods together, whether it's a sports bar. Oh, I bet. Dedicated to a specific fan base or a game day ritual involving the best wings in town. Where was the place I went in Denver? Me and roommate Jeff used to mess that place up. Whatever it is, that small business could be using Square. Neighborhood business help make a community feel unique and welcoming. They're the spots people love, almost like a second home. When the local shops are successful, the whole area benefits. Shopping nearby keeps money circulating locally and helps small business owners grow. That community support matters, and even one visit can have a real impact. Square partners with more than 4 million neighborhood businesses worldwide celebrating their role in keeping communities vibrant. You can go to square.com/Yanks to learn more. But before you do, go support your favorite neighborhood spot. You'll be happy you did. Square, see you in the neighborhood.
See you in the neighborhood.
That's good.
Who are you giving a regular old award to?
Just a regular old award.
Regular old award.
Interesting. A regular old award. A regular old award. We talked about a lot of guys already.
Yeah.
Smile or no smile award.
Ben Rice.
It's Ben Rice. And Jim, this award essentially is created by you. I probably should have been teeth or no teeth, but Ben Rice is
snarl or no snarl.
Ben Rice is double snarls. BBD John sent a picture of us of Ben Rice. That his smile has been iconic from the start. We've talked about it when Ben Rice originally got called up, and he has a youthful charm to him that you can't fake. And that'll go away. And it happens to everyone. Especially I was laughing today, him going full veteran catcher mode to Camilo Doval at the end of today's game. Getting on the mound and talking to him with the whole infield. And then when Doval struck out the final batter, Ben Rice gave him the you're the guy, Doval. We've got this. But yeah, more so, I don't know if people saw his grand slam. That was pretty big.
That was huge.
He had the RBI earlier in that game. And here's two pictures you sent of him snarling, one with teeth and one without. Which one do you guys like? Comment below.
Yeah, because that's the one I'm going to move forward with every time he does something. I'm going to post it. He's actually, I hate to break it, because he looks like, to me, like he's trying to be like a menacing, mean hitter in a movie, but he's sniffing. He's just doing that. And I freeze framed it, and I said, this is badass. So I've been using that. I also used it because I think if you did not hear Girardi's Benny boy, you need to hear that. That's something I say you need to hear.
Let's get that going. Oh, Benny boy.
It was really
Benny boy.
It was really sandwiched in the middle of the call.
Benny boy.
It took me a while to hear it, isolated. It's Benny boy.
He plays better than he looks. Is that rude? It's not rude. He's an amazing baseball player. The season he's having hitting wise, the stats he's putting up. But yeah, man, and this confused a couple people when I tweeted out. But dude, if this kid has a postseason, he is going to be so beloved. He already is beloved, but October matters. 286, 407, 408. That if Ben Rice does something this October, because we've even been debating, are they going to bring in a right-handed first baseman? How are they going to treat Rice? He can cement his next couple years with the Yankees. The other thing I've been doing, tweeting out for big Yankee moments, my audible noises watching the game. And that one, I'd never had it happen, and it kind of Girardi'd a little bit. I just went, oh. And yeah, that's what he brings.
He's very fun. I was surprised. We talk about this being a series where they test a lot of moves out. They pinch it for Wells, brought Goldie into the game. Goldie went to first, and Rice goes behind the dish. We haven't seen them, in my mind, do the maneuvering that way. It would be Goldie for Rice straight up, keep Wells the better catcher in the close game. So at one point, we're in a close game, and they still had Dominguez in left. And then they had Rice behind the dish and Wells out of the game. And I'm like, whoa, this is a bit of we're testing the waters here with the worst version of defense. But what they did is they kept Rice's bat in the game. He had 3 hits. They did get a stolen base right away on him. And if it was a team that was really going to run, like it's going to happen. But he did hit a grand slam. So, okay. You can grand slam your way, better than a couple stolen bases, but a little interesting. Like part of me wants to say, and it's awesome that, he's kind of a DH, but he's serviceable at first and catcher. That's rare that we've had a lot of guys roll through that are DHs and they're not really serviceable anywhere else. Maybe they're serviceable at first, but not somewhere else. So the fact that and why I'm saying this is because down the stretch, it really hasn't looked that serviceable at first base. Like it's gotten worse as the season has gone on. And versus certain teams, I don't know if it's serviceable at catcher. I think that certain teams might really mess up the Yankees with him back there. So I think the hitting is really helping out the optimism. But he's still serviceable 2 positions, better than just 1. Like Luke Voit wasn't getting behind the dish.
Yeah, and he came up as a catcher, and it's, he actually had a really nice block and a really nice pick today with Bednar in the 9th inning. It's the throwing, which, I don't know. I'm super interested in the future. It doesn't matter now, but because he hasn't played a ton of first base. Like he's genuinely inexperienced over there. That I don't know. If you swing the bat like that, they're going to find a spot for you. And Jimmy, the other thing you're missing, these were the practice postseason. So we tried it out.
Yeah, and it worked.
If I'm reading the Baseball Reference game logs correctly, I've never tried to read them this way. I think it is the first time he went first base mid-game slide to catcher. He's done the other way around. He's come in as like a straight-up substitute or pinch hit and stayed in, but I believe first time at first moves to catcher.
And they straight up burn, like Wells was out. So like you're saying, when Rice has gone to first, he's still the backup catcher. Where when he got that foul ball off the weenus today, it was like, oh, shoot.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you.
Dude, there's a lot of people. Like you could give me any name and we can chat about them. It's a 4-game set. I have I prepped an award. It's probably a second, but because I prepped it, I don't want you to steal it, which you wouldn't.
Right.
But I don't want to steal someone that I'm not high on from you. So I'm just going to go with the one I prepped. I sent it to BBD earlier. It is the Annie Oakley Award.
Annie Oakley.
Annie Oakley.
I don't know Annie Oakley as well as I'd like.
She was a sharpshooter.
Right. Sharpshooter. Annie, get your gun. Is that her?
I think that's a song.
Is that song about her, involving her?
I don't know.
Okay. Caballero.
No, it goes to my guy, Luke Weaver.
Okay.
I asked Boone about Weaver the other day, and it was basically like, hey, man, like, it's been command. Right. And in this outing, watch where that pitch is. Low and away. Next pitch, low and away. Next pitch, low and away. This is when you can watch Weaver and follow along and know that he's feeling good. Look at the overlays here. Like, that's crazy. He did this for every batter in his 2 outings. That's down and in. That's down or just down. And, he's putting his pitches, the changeup, the cutter, the fastball in the same spot against batters, and the overlays are working. This wasn't happening. It hasn't been happening in a while. Like, it's been hard, and we've talked about this for over a year now. I like watching along with Weaver and calling pitches because he very much pitches and sequences and tunnels, and he hasn't had the command to do it. Even today, the guy he walked, he pulled 2 pitches, but they were down and in the whole time. And when he made like 5 pitches, he blew 2 or whatever the math is. Wasn't good. But then the next one he did it. So this is what I want to see from Cruz. Like, to me, what I saw to Weaver in this series was a step in the right direction. Like, okay, we're hitting spots again. We're like hunting we're going to throw all of our pitches low and away, up and in, and they're going to work off each other and we're going to tunnel. He hasn't been able to do that in a while. So I was very happy when I was watching him and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, we're pitching again. Like we're able to hit spots and use it. We haven't been able to do that in a while. So Luke Weaver, next week, if we see that Cruz splitting, that's the same confidence I'll get from what I got out of Weaver.
I don't think it's the same confidence with Weaver and Cruz. I mean, when Weaver is on, we've seen him be so dominant in big spots. Like we haven't seen that out of Cruz yet, but like what Weaver is, and that's where Jim, I think your mental debate about or about how they use the bullpen today, I think it was just simple as like, we've looked good. We don't want to do the up down.
Yeah. It's fine. Even though they always do up down. But Cruz's splitter used to glitch me. Like my brain couldn't track it.
Yeah.
And it hasn't had that sharp bite fall off in a while. So if it does, I'll be like, okay, there it is. Because now it's just flat.
The first Sharky postseason outing is hold on to your butts.
Oh yeah. So that's my award.
It's a good award, Jimbo. It's a good award. Okay, my last award, huh? Let's go with okay. Damn it, Ben, and damn the rest of the team award.
Wow. Damn it, Ben Rice, and damn the rest of the team.
It's a tricky one.
Wow.
I know.
Wells.
A fair guess.
Thank you. Mark it.
It's going to Jazz Chisholm.
Mm.
The most we talked about Jazz this game was the flip play, which was bad. Damn it, Ben. Jazz hit a sick home run in that inning. And no, I don't want to say no one cared, but the game felt like it had been decided by the grand slam that happened before it. And the 30-30 happened in the game the Yankees lost.
Yeah.
Like if the Yankees had won that game, I think there would have been more talk. And Jazz just continues to be a breath of fresh air with his interviews where he's talking about how cool it is to be a Yankee because the intensity and the focus and the crowds, and he said being a Yankee makes you play better. Remember the quotes coming out of 2023 and 2022? How people didn't know if they still wanted to be a Yankee and it's a bad time and the pressure's too much. All right, then you can go play somewhere else. Because Ryan McMahon's talking about how much he fucking loves it. And my dude's not even hitting. Like, if Ryan McMahon's reading stuff about him, the hitting tweets aren't great. The defense is nice. But he's liking it because he came from the depths. And he's excited to be strapping up playing ball games that matter every day. He's embracing. He's like, all right, well, I'm going to go and play the best third base I've ever played. Got away from Jazz there because homeboy likes third base. But, man, Jazz went 30-30. Soriano and Bobby Bonds.
Yeah, I did a little digging into 30-30 because I was like, oh, only 3 Yankees have ever done it. Like, I wonder if the Yankees are low, like represented low here. Like, how many people have done it? Like the rest of baseball, you judge everything on the 0.1% and like what Judge does. Only 49 players in the history of the sport have had a 30-30 season. Do you know how small that is? Like what elite company Jazz just joined? Maybe it's just me. Like I don't hear 30 for 30 because of what Acuna's done, what Ohtani's done, what people have been doing in the 40-40, 30-30, whatever the hell. What did Ohtani get? Did you get 50-50?
50, yeah. 50-50, and Ronald Acuna went like 40-70. So
Like people
Yeah,
talk
so,
about
like,
it like
because
it's
of
like 100
that-
RBIs.
Because
Yeah.
of that, it makes you think that 30-30 is like, oh, cool, nice. And then I'm like, wait, what? Like, he's the 49th player in the history of the sport to have a 30-30 season. It's been done 75 times, but only by 49 players. That's insane. That's way different than my brain was treating it. And then I saw that and I was like, whoa, Jazz, that is awesome.
yeah, I mean, there's only so many players that have the ability to steal that many bases. There's only so many people that have the ability to hit that many homers, and then to combine it in one human is nuts. And dude, Jazz, on the other side of it, they started asking Jazz some contract stuff, and he's like, well, yeah, I want to play in New York, and I'd like to think the Yankees would want a 30-30 baseball player.
He said 40-40 because he got
Because he was.
because he was off for 30 days. Yeah, he also he opened up, and Jazz quotes just don't get spun this way. But they asked him about it, and he said, I wish it happened in a win, but it's fantastic. And I've said
Damn
this
it,
before.
Ben. Damn the rest of the guys.
If Jeter or Judge say that, that's the line that gets quoted. But instead, the line that gets quoted from Jazz is, depends how bad they want a 40-40 player. And then people are debating, like, you didn't do it. And they're like, well, he missed 30 days. Well, over the last 162, he did it. And it's just like who you are and who the media chooses you to be. But he gives both. And he did say, it's fantastic. He said, I wish it had happened in a win, but it's fantastic. I had to take a moment to appreciate it. It felt significant within the game, so I got really excited. Like, that's awesome.
It's real.
Yeah. My final award
Yes.
is the Beeb, should I give him a really hard hint or a really easy hint?
I mean, you're pretty behind on the scoreboard if that's at all factoring in.
Okay, I'll give the Honest Abe award.
Honest Abe. Honest Abe goes to Trent Grisham.
Wrong.
I thought so.
No, Honest Abe goes to Honest Abe Schlittler.
Okay.
I have been very much enjoying Schlittler's post games and his chats with Meredith. I liked last start when he wasn't good, and he was like, well, I talked about it last episode. He said, like, that's not going to get me the ball in the playoffs when I'm walking teams that aren't even in contention, which, like, Boone would never talk about a team because he's insulting the other team. And a lot of guys would, like, but it's honest. It's just like, well, they're not even in contention. I'm walking them. I want the ball in the playoffs. A lot of guys that are like media trained or just shy or nervous wouldn't say that. Like, whatever the decision is, I'm happy with it. I'd love to be a part of it, but I understand. Just my first year. And he's just being out. No, I want the ball in the playoffs. Like, I want to perform so I get the ball. Meredith asked him if he'd ever come out of the bullpen, and he was like, I have, but not really. Oh, Beebs has the audio for it.
What would it mean to you if the Yankees handed you the ball to get a postseason start?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's obviously the goal, right? Obviously, it's a week away, and I can't control that stuff. But if I'm able to get that opportunity, I'm gonna definitely make the most of it and go out there and try and get the team a win.
Have you ever pitched out of the bullpen?
Yes and no. I mean, when I have, it's been more of like Clark when he was rehabbing right in Double-A. I threw out behind him a couple times, so I've done it. Not like it wasn't as planned, it was just kind of where he showed up and I was on a start day. But again, that's something I'm open to do, and again, whatever the team wants to do, and I'm willing to do it.
So some cliches in the end there, but he's like, no, like I haven't. And what he means is I've never been like, hey, this is your one inning, empty it, go get him. So I'd like him to get an opportunity if they choose. Like, the Yankees kind of need to make up their mind on who's doing that for them.
Right.
And Matt Blake did say all three will be on the playoff roster, and they don't know which one's going to be best coming out of the bullpen. They need to let Heel's done it, I think, but a long time ago. Like, they need to let him do it if he's going to do it. If he's going to come and like, hey, throw fastballs, empty the tank, you're going like 2 times through, 2 innings max. Like, what's that look like? But also, he has a 5.1 inning pitch start. He allowed 3 hits, 1 earned run. He only walked 1, which was good considering the last outing. He only threw 89 pitches. Came out 3rd time through, close game, all that. Like, I'm not upset about him coming out, but a nice bounce back for Schlittler. I don't know who I want. I don't even know if I'm going to cast a ballot. I might be like a nice lay back, enjoy the breeze fan and just see what they go with. But right now, I don't have a lean who I would rather start and be the reliever out of Heel and Schlittler. I don't know if I like Warren. I'd like Warren as the long man, we're down 5, up 10 guy, not the starting game 3 or, giving us 3 innings because Luis Severino couldn't get out of the first in the wild card game, that type guy.
Yeah, it's the Will Warren part's interesting because they had a good talk on the broadcast how good everyone on the Yankees stuff is. They're like, Warren's the low man and he hits 95, 96. They're like, okay, and in Jake's theory of bullpen ticking up, if Will Warren's 96, 97 with his breaking ball, that's a guy that can pitch in the postseason. And he's had a really good year. I don't know. I think the cop-out / right answer, because I actually just got burned by this, let's see what happens this week. I know these games don't matter, but they do. Like, last week's Talking Baseball, we did like, what are the Blue Jays going to do? And we were like, well, they called up Trey Savage and they got all these guys, but like, I know Scherzer's been struggling, but you probably still give him the ball. And then Scherzer went out and was 1.17 earned runs. So like, baseball's happening. And it's kind of where we started the episode, that it was like, the Tigers won the Central, right? Nope. The Mets are going to the postseason, right? So I don't know. Let's see what happens this week. And like, I don't know. I hope we see a little starting pitcher pass the baton where it's kind of like, hey, Luis Hill, what's your best, huh? Because it feels like we haven't really seen it, but you've had that moment where you've tapped into 97 and that looked pretty sick. So let's see.
And what do the White Sox and Baltimore have to offer in these next 2 series? But right now it's Heel, Fried, and then it would be Warren for the next 3. But if you want Rodon set up to take the ball game 2, I think you'd rather him start against the White Sox, which he can because of the off day. And then he'd be on 5 days rest for game 2. Or 6 days rest. So maybe they don't need to do it then. Okay. They don't have to do that then. It's very interesting.
Yeah. Jim, I think the Yanks are still coming for the division.
Yeah, I think they still feel that way. And you have to win.
You saw when Ben Rice hit the RBI single to tie it, Judge gave like a fist bump.
I tweeted that out. Not in the best caption, but I was like, I almost stood up to film it. I'm like, yo, that's different from Judge.
The Yanks think they're going to win the division, which would be cool, but
it's not in their hands. I mean, Blue Jays have to lose or they have to,
right.
Red Sox.
And that's where, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with the pitching this next week.
Win out.
Win now.
Guys that we didn't talk about that could have, just very, very, very quickly. Devin Williams. It was only 1 outing, but again, like, that's great. Bednar with 2 outings. Dominguez almost hit a homer today. He hit one to the track. He also beat out an infield single. It's like,
really, really good at bat, man.
Did you see him come for Rosario's role? I tweeted that out.
I did see that, and that's a concern.
Rosario had you look like Rosario had a talking to. I'm joking for people that don't get humor, but Rosario walks up and he jumped over the dugout fence before Rosario did, and that's his role on home runs. And at the end, Rosario walks up and they don't even dap each other up. He just talks to him. I'm sure they're very happy and funny, doing good things, but it's fun to think that he's telling him, you ever get on this dirt before me again after a home run, and I'll end you.
You have to earn this, kid. And yeah, it was cool. Girardi comparing him to Melky, and it's funny. You know, Joe's McFly has some massive Melky heartstrings. Like he holds them with all of the like core four guys and that stuff. That it is funny, like, you know, the Martian and hyping him up and the way Melky's been remembered. Like, if Jason Dominguez has Melky Cabrera's career, that's amazing.
Yes. Minus the steroids.
Right.
But Melky was fun. Melky was very fun prospect.
Yeah.
Him and Cano had too much fun together. Didn't talk about Judge, Bellinger, or Stanton.
Dude, crazy. Dude, we didn't even really talk about Caballero, who, like, his bunt today was amazing. The catch he made at third base, and then he gave him a little tongue action after. Like, that's everything I'm about.
Caballero chaos. There's got to be a better way to put those words together. Like Caballero creates chaos, but chaos created by Caballero, like a cologne. That's maybe the best version of those words I've said.
Chaos by Caballero.
Yeah. That should be his cologne fragrance.
And he wears so much cologne.
He does. He does. He's fun. He's fun.
He is the definition, and they've hammered it on the broadcast, but like the definition of you want that guy on your team and you hate him on the other team.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, you can say that for any like really good player, but like that guy, man.
You can't say it about that many not really good players.
Have the Yankees had a pest? Who was the last Yankees pest?
Well, Gardner he wasn't like
Gardy.
a punk about it, but
Right.
he was a guy that, you know, you hear Red Sox fans being like, it was more of a like, oh my God, and we got to worry about this guy.
This guy, yeah.
This guy's going to beat us. It was more in that vein than like Caballero's out there to be hated. I mean, the last guy would be Josh Donaldson, but he kind of crossed into a line of like,
yeah,
not a playful realm.
Yeah, and I mean, the Yankees thought Donaldson was going to be like their cleanup third baseman. So it's...
Well, yeah, I just mean other guys on other teams
line.
hated him.
Yeah. Yeah. He's fun, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't remember any.
The base running's insane. Like, he should have got thrown out again in today's game where he was just in between second and third and Basayo didn't see him.
Remember that World Baseball Classic where Mexico and Canada got into a huge brawl in like 2012?
Vaguely.
And the third baseman that started it, that was on Mexico, he was hated by a lot of people. And he went to play for the Yankees in maybe 2014. So that might be the guy that was hated by a lot of people since then. I forget his name.
Not Jan Jervis.
No, he had a very brief stint with the Yankees. Do you remember what I'm talking about, Beebs, at all?
I don't know if I remember this incident.
It was like 2010 or 2011. I mean, it was a huge World Baseball Classic brawl. Like actual, like, fisticuffs.
Real brawl.
Yes.
And you think they were on the 2014 Yankees?
Yeah, or 13. Mexico, Canada, WBC.
Zealous Wheeler?
No.
Jose Pereira?
Maybe.
Let's see. He's Venezuelan.
No, it was Team Mexico.
Not Prado.
Okay. They just showed him in this highlight. Maybe 2015 Yankees. Oh my God, this brawl was crazy. Go watch this if you haven't seen this.
Luis Cruz?
Yeah. Him. That guy that's
Okay.
on the screen right there. He was like the instigator of that brawl. And then he went on to be the Yankees. And I remember thinking, whoa, they picked this dude up? He's hated.
Nice.
Maybe since him. He wasn't good. No one remembers him.
1.4 career WAR.
Not bad.
Better than me.
All right. Well, off day. Boring. What, am I going to watch
Wow.
the other teams? Yes.
Yeah, we're here.
Go Yanks. Tell them, Grams.
Go Yankees.
Oh my God, what's on your lap?
Passed out. He was having a meltdown.